Fellas, what's going on? In this one, we're going to be going through everything you need to know about Asuncion, Paraguay before landing. So if you're thinking about coming through, you've got a trip planned to come out here, in this video, I'm going to give you the complete rundown of everything you need to know in order to get set up and just things to look out for. Now, first things first, obviously, as soon as you land, you're most likely not going to have internet, guys. So first thing you should do is connect to the little cafe at the very bottom on the right side of the airport. This airport is super tiny. You'll find it. Usually what I would do in that case is connect to the Wi-Fi, order myself an Uber straight to the Airbnb. Now, when it comes to apartments here and getting set up, you want to book an Airbnb as close to Shopping Del Sol as possible, okay? Once you've done that, I would recommend just booking 30 days in that Airbnb. Now, I don't know how long you're staying, but if you think about staying longer, I would still only do 30 days because you just want to make sure you like the place. And what's super, super important is the area you're in is not near a construction site. There's a bunch of buildings going up at the moment. Paraguay's growing. So one thing you want to be wary of. Also in that case, while you're there for a month, if you want to stay long term, you can go and look at rentals and maybe set up a contract of 6 months, 12 months. That's up to you. Obviously, it's going to be so much cheaper doing that. You're going to get a way better place. Just depends on whether you're staying here for longer or not. Personally, for me, I just get Airbnbs. And maybe next year, I'm going to think about setting up shop and have my own place just full time. If I travel, I travel. But at least that way, I've got a place to have, my proper work set up, my proper, base set up of where I can kind of store everything and just have my home, right? So that's kind of where I'm thinking. Now, in terms of, Paraguay, Asuncion, what to expect, guys, this is my base. This is where I choose to live, right? So, first thing is it can get pretty hot during summer. So just be wary of that. Overall, though, the weather's really good and very nice. So you don't need to pack, too many winter clothes or anything like that. On top of that, in terms of like restaurants, places to go, you've got Shopping Del Sol, which is what I just said before, where you need to be near. That is a mall, and then nearby you've got another mall, like literally on the corner, called Paseo. This is where you're gonna be around. This is where you're gonna be based. This is where everything is. So you have everything you need around this area. Now, in terms of restaurants, I just go to Paria's, which is, steak joints. Your three best steak joints are Toro, La Cabrera, and Patria. Go and check them all out. They're all different in terms of what they are and the prices and the value, etc. Personally, my favorite is Toro, but each to their own. Everyone's different. So they're the main places I'll go to. Now, one of the main questions I get, guys, when it comes to Paraguay and getting set up here. Now, obviously, there's not heaps to do, right? So mainly people coming here for the residency, sort their tax, and the res. If that's the case, they're just focusing on work and getting that done. Can get a little bit boring, right? So the only way to combat that is by growing your network here and getting involved in the right connections. Okay, so one of the main questions I get is, how the hell am I going to meet people? How do I grow my network in Asuncion, Paraguay? Now, this is kind of a large topic. There's so many ways to meet people, right? I'm sure you already know the basics. But the first things first is be someone worth meeting, right? If you're just an average dude that has not much to offer, you're gonna make it difficult for yourself, right? So that's the first thing. Make sure you as a person are growing constantly and you have skills, high level skills or things to offer people, right? Outside of that, obviously, when it comes to building your network, you just need to get active, right? So more social based things, whether that means, going up to people at the gym, going to any of the meetups that are in these WhatsApp groups. I know that there's 2 WhatsApp groups. One of them's like a Asuncion expat one through a Facebook group you can join. They have a WhatsApp, and then you've got My Latin Life as well, who has a WhatsApp for Asuncion, I believe. So they're 2 pretty general expat guys where you might be able to meet people. One other place you meet people is depending on the residency you get. If you are getting residency here, there are some companies that basically give you access to the network of people that have signed up to the residency program, and they organize events as well. So that's one way there. Outside of that, just common sense, right? Get active. It only takes meeting one single person who can meet you to introduce you to 5, 10 other people. Now, in my opinion, one of the best ways to network with people and get access to connections of people you actually want to meet is just by building your personal brand, right? And that could be as simple as you just posting on Twitter your thoughts and values, right? Like giving value to people for free, right? So if you can build that, doesn't have to be that fucking difficult. Make one post a day, slowly build, just treat it as a journal. Eventually, you're gonna build a base of something there. And when you reach out to people to meet them, people are gonna know who you are, what you're about, and you're gonna have some sort of authority or trust there, right? The worst thing you can do is be faceless or not have an Instagram account or just fucking not have anything behind yourself to put yourself in the position of being someone that actually people want to meet. So if you can just do that, you will make your life so much easier. Instead of you having to chase people, people are going to come to you and they're going to ask to meet you, or they're going to ask to hang out with you. And ideally, that's the spot where you want to be. So unfortunately, a bit of work's required. You need to be someone worth meeting, and you need to put yourself out there if you want to increase your ability and the connections when you arrive here. Outside of that, guys, spoke about this before, but not many people speak English. So super important that you make a genuine effort to learn Spanish. Once you are a 4 or 5 out of 10, that's going to be more than enough to function here and just get everything done you need to make your life a lot less stressful. If you're single, definitely need to be learning the language, otherwise you're fucked. If you're relying on girls that just speak English, you're dealing with a very, very small pocketful of women. So there's that as well. I'll just add in a couple more things that are going to help you out. Now, in terms of SIM cards, I recommend Claro. All you need to do is go to Shopping Del Sol, get it set up, pay for a month, and you just got to go back in there every time to get an extra month. In terms of food delivery, Pedidos Ya is the best. Unfortunately, for most internationals, they do not accept cards, so you will need to get cash out and pay for any food delivery shit via money, actual cash. Otherwise, set up a bank here in Paraguay, something like Atlas or something, put a K in there and just use that Paraguayan bank card and you'll be able to, that'll work. The next thing is, in terms of conveniency here, you also have supermarkets called Biggie, like they are big kind of fucking convenience stores. They have an app and you can get food delivered from the app. They actually do accept card. They just tell them to bring the POS machine and you'll be able to order anything to your house there. So download Biggie. Outside of that, I think that's the main thing, guys, in terms of like questions people have and just the main things you want to have with you to get set up here and just make your life 10 times easier. In terms of things to do for fun, as I said, it is more chill here, but there is a place called San Bernardino, like an hour away, which is super, super chill. Apparently it's like a holiday zone for the Paraguayan locals. And going there, booking an Airbnb with a few boys and just chilling out, playing sports is a pretty good trip. So I'd recommend that. The next thing as well is one other trip that I did that isn't too far away is Foz de Iguaçu. This is the big waterfall that they have there on the border. It's only a 5-hour bus ride from Asuncion. You base up in Foz for the weekend if you want. You go check out the waterfall on the Brazilian side and the Argentinian side, and that's a pretty cool fucking trip to do as well. I definitely recommend doing that with a couple boys or a bird, up to you. So yeah, guys, they're the main things I think you should know when it comes to arriving here, getting set up, and just things to do overall. Have any questions outside of the things that I spoke about today, obviously put them in the comments. I am considering setting up my own group to, maybe suss a community here myself of, like-minded dudes that, want to win, they want to come over and just make it easier for themselves to, meet people and meet the right people, right? So let me know what your thoughts are on that and if you'd be interested in me setting something like that up. But yeah, outside of that, thanks for watching the video, bro, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.